Hey, my name is Colleen Tatum, and I am Money Matriarch, and this is Rising Through. So, I have been in business for over 20 years. I have run an automotive business that we built into a multi-million dollar enterprise, and then I exited when I really wanted to do something different with my life and started building a career in finance. I run a family style office, meaning I look at someone's whole entire financial picture and make sure that all of the pieces are working together. That's what I realized running a business was really missing for myself. And I wanted to go and help other people do that. So I have about 50 licensed agents in my team operating in Canada and the US right now. And we also have different modalities that we bring in and out as needed, like tax experts, accountants, fractional CFOs, and anything else that we need to make sure that your money is working as hard as possible for you. And I'm going to go through what I find is the 10 money mistakes that I continuously see over and over and over in people's business and personal finances. Number one is I really see a lot of people not paying themselves first, and habits compound, whether they're good habits or bad habits, they just continue on and get more and more ingrained. The habit that you need to create is paying yourself first. If you think that you're going to save or invest money after you have enough, I am telling you it will not happen. You have to start now and you have to start that habit compounding. Number two, I see so often in business is no buy sell agreement. What is that? It's an agreement when you're becoming a partner with someone of what is going to happen if it happens. Meaning, what happens if your partner dies? What happens if your partner gets sick or disabled and is no longer able to operate or work in the business? What if your partner gets divorced? Are you suddenly going to now have another shareholder, aka their ex-wife? These are all things that need to be discussed and hashed out before you go into business with someone. Oftentimes, we're so excited about the business creation part, we don't want to have the discussion about what if something goes sideways. And adjacent to that is the number three problem I see is no insurance to fund that buy sell agreement. So if someone tells me that they do have a buy sell agreement, which is really rare, the next question I ask is, do you have insurance to pay for it? Meaning, is there actually going to be money there to fund this buy sell when your partner dies? It's well and good to say we're going to buy each other out, but if neither party has money to do that when the time comes, your buy sell agreement isn't worth the paper that it's written on. So you need to have that agreement and you need to have insurance and financial plans in place to make that possible when the time comes. The next one is thinking that their accountant or tax person's role is to save them taxes. This is something I see pretty much across the board. We think that our accountant's job is to save you taxes, when really their job is to record the events post-transaction, compile them in a compliant way so that you can submit your taxes to the government. Your tax strategy is something that needs to happen before you get to the accountant. There are different things that we can set in place to make sure that you're not paying more than your fair share of taxes. Sometimes someone like myself is going to work with your accountant so that it's recorded in a compliant way and that it follows the letter of the law. But someone like myself is actually the person that is implementing and creating the tax strategy. The next one is not leveraging tax tools like capital dividend account in Canada, health spending account, mortgage strategies that can be really robust if you're investing in real estate to help you actually create more cash flow and tax savings. This is again something that your mortgage broker is probably not teaching you. It would be someone like myself. And then the mortgage broker is the one that is implementing it from actually getting the mortgage point of view. Most people are not using tools and strategies that are out there that can create significant tax savings, tax advantaged investments, wealth creation, and succession plans in a way that doesn't leave your family nailed and holding that big bill afterwards. Your money is meant to work for you, but you have to be in a position to have those plans in place so that it works to your best advantage. The next one is not leveraging ways to protect personal assets from the estate process, and also not having your assets creditor protected. Having a corporation is not good enough. We need to make sure that all of your personal assets are even further protected from any potential credit risk. What I've learned is that something is coming for us all generally. There is going to be a bump in the road. We don't know what it is. You can be great at making money and someone might sue you. Are your assets protected? And like I said, having a corporation is only part of protecting your assets. Someone like myself or a professional that works in this way is going to be the key person that is going to help you protect all those assets from the estate process, from probate costs, and from creditors. The next one is thinking good enough is good enough. A lot of times people just don't know what we don't know. And if you're not working with someone like me that looks at the whole picture, you are leaving money on the table. A lot of people have an investment guy, they have a business bank manager, they have an accountant, but no one is bringing all the pieces together to make sure that, again, your money is working as hard for you as you are for it. Good enough is not good enough. A second opinion is always worthwhile. Worst case scenario, they tell you everything's good. Best case scenario, they find you money. Number 10 is thinking that it's just money. Money is a number, money is a factual transaction, but money is also a mindset. You cannot build anything without working on your mindset as well. Your money mindset is going to dictate how successful you can be. That money mindset rules everything that we do. If you are stressed out about money, you're not going to be able to be a good partner. You're not going to be as good of a marriage partner. You're not going to be as good of a parent, community member, and you're not going to be as healthy as you need to be. You're going to be stressed out, maybe not sleeping well, maybe not eating well, maybe snapping at people around you, maybe making decisions based in fear. Your money mindset is the key piece that you have to also be working on while you're actually building the actual structure of where your money is invested and how. This is so, so important. And so we're going to go through a quiz. You probably haven't gone through a quiz in a long time, but if it's super short and you're just going to pull out a little piece of paper and a pen, and we're going to go through this quiz. If you're listening while you're driving, you're going to come back to this later, but I want you to give yourself a moment to go through this quiz. There's just 5 questions, okay? So number 1 is, how likely are you to pick a penny or dime or loonie if you're in Canada? How likely are you to pick a small amount of money up off the ground? Number 1 is, if I walk past it, it's not worth anything. Number 2 is, I might pick it up if I feel like it. Number 3 is, I usually pick it up, but I don't think much of it. And number 4 is, I always pick it up and I always feel grateful for it. The next question on a scale of 1 to 4 is, how often do you complain about the cost of basic necessities? So how often do you complain about the cost of gas or utilities or taxes? Number 1 is constantly. I love to rant about them. I'm always complaining to other people. If people ask me how I am, I'm going to say, oh my God, have you seen the price of gas this week? Number 2 is often. It frustrates me regularly. Number 3 is occasionally. I try not to dwell on it. And number 4 is rarely. I focus on gratitude for being able to pay for what I need. I am grateful for the opportunity to pay for those necessities. Question number 3, how does the statement, money is the root of all evil, make you feel? Number 1 is, you strongly agree money causes a lot of problems. Number 2 is, I somewhat agree money makes people do bad things. Number 3 is, I somewhat disagree money can be used for good or bad. Number 4 is, I strongly disagree money is a tool, and more of it just means more ability to do good. Question number 4 is, how often do you change your mind about something once you see the price? Number 1, almost always. Price immediately shuts me down. Number 2, often I default to the cheaper option even if I don't like it or I know it's an inferior product. Number 3, sometimes I weigh the cost but really still consider what I want. And number four is rarely. I believe I can afford it eventually, and I just need to think about how to make it happen if I really want it. Number five is, how was money treated in your home growing up? Number one, money caused stress, fights, and shame. Number two, money was secretive or not talked about. Number three, money was just neutral. It was something you needed. And number four is, money was treated as a tool and discussed openly and often. My parents did not hide anything around that, and they encouraged us to ask questions and talk about money. All right, we're gonna get to the scoring. So I want you to add up your score, and 5 to 10 points, you are in survival mindset. Money feels stressful or scarce. You may feel guilt, shame, or fear around money and repeat those patterns that you grew up with. Number two, if you have 11 to 15 points, you are in a scarcity mindset. You're aware of money, but often feel limited by it. You may choose cheap over quality and feel uncomfortable discussing money. 16 to 18 points, you are in a growth mindset. You're developing a healthier relationship with money, and you see money as a tool. You believe you can improve your financial situation. You are optimistic. 19 to 20 points, you have an abundance mindset. You have a strong, empowered relationship with money. You feel grateful, you think in possibilities, and you believe that you can create wealth. So now that you've identified where you are, next you need to work on it. So I encourage you to, as soon as possible, create some space in your day to think about and reflect on where you are in the scale. What came up for you when you were thinking about those questions? What question felt the most uncomfortable and why? I think you should get out a journal and you should be thinking about this and maybe working on this over the next couple of weeks and come back to it regularly and see where you are. So number one question to journal about is, what question felt most uncomfortable and why? What belief about money did you inherit that no longer serves you? What is one small shift that you can make this week to improve your money mindset? Something I really recommend is something super tiny, and it's called Wealth Wednesday. This is the idea that every single Wednesday you give away or bless someone else, even on a small scale. No matter how much money you have, you're going to just take a little bit and you're going to give it away to someone else. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Of course, you could do that as well. But it's more about building the... So maybe you're going into the grocery store and you're reverse stealing. You're like stuffing some money in the diaper box. Maybe you are paying for someone's coffee. Maybe you're finding someone that you see you could buy lunch for. It doesn't really matter what it is, but you're actually giving something away and blessing someone else. This builds your mindset of, number one, you're putting positive energy into the universe. You're raising your vibration. You are bringing good energy into your life in an intentional way. But you're also telling your mind that I have money enough to give, and what I have, I will get more of. You are training yourself to live in a position of giving and gratitude and blessing others, and you're not so scared to give away what you have, no matter how little it is that you might have right now. So I hope this really helps. These are things that I see over and over and over when I'm working with families and businesses. I think there's so much room to improve our finances, but it always starts with your money mindset.